Upgrades.
Hey, it's Jorge from TeamJVS. Wanted to give you a quick exclusive review of the movie Piece by Piece, directed by Morgan Neville. And the synopsis of this movie is a vibrant journey through the life of cultural icon Pharrell Williams, told through the lens of Lego animation. Just to start off with, I'm not even gonna wait till the end to give a score. To me, this was as perfect of a movie as you can get when you're doing almost a biopic about a person. I gave this a solid 10 out of 10. No hesitations there. If you at any point in time in the late 90s, early 2000s, turned on your radio, just about every single song that was hot playing back then was produced in some shape, way, or form by Pharrell Williams. And when you kind of hear his story and hear his whole journey of where he started and where he's at, it's phenomenal. This movie had so much in it. And not just from a music point of view, because I'm a huge Pharrell fan, back from the Neptunes to N.E.R.D. I have always enjoyed his music, and I was shocked to find out some of the music that he helped make that I just didn't know about, which was amazing. And let's not even get into the fact that this whole movie's done with Legos. That alone is phenomenal. And the way it was shot, you're hearing this ginormous story, and Pharrell Williams has touched so many different artists throughout their career, and it's just super neat hearing them talk about it and hearing them talk about Pharrell. And it's neat when you kind of are seeing a biopic about a person and he's giving most of the, he's telling the story, but then you're hearing it also from different people's point of views. And it's just a beautiful story. And you kind of see how this kid from, the Virginia Beach area kind of grew up. And if anything, this is one of those stories where being yourself at all costs, it shows you how great that can be. And surrounding yourself with people who are just encouraging and who are as weird as you are can really turn into something beautiful. This movie, especially with the name Piece by Piece, when you start breaking down everything in this movie and how visually it was shot with, individual Lego pieces and all that with the animation. And even while he was telling his story, it's just a beautiful thing. You get to meet his parents. You get to hear from his, or you get to hear about his grandmother and how much of a role she had. You kind of get to hear how they started out the Neptunes, and how Pharrell just kept, he was just hungry and he just wanted to keep hustling and keep doing so much, and he believed in himself. And, from there, how it turned into N.E.R.D. And from there, how he became this producer and this, kind of this pop icon person who anything that he was a part of creatively, just how amazing it was. This is a film that, it took many years to make, and it's kind of neat because they started this film before COVID happened. And because it was a lot of interviewing and things like that, they were able to do a lot of this during COVID, over, Zoom calls and all that stuff. But it's so amazing hearing how how perfectly it just all linked up. And visually, I don't think this movie would have been as good if it was a real life movie, you know, like like with the actual Pharrell like sitting in a chair and talking, and you know, having, you know, the clips on it, having Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Gwen Stefani, like the list goes on and on and on and on. I don't think it being in live people, like I don't think it wouldn't have gotten the point across. Being able to kind of show someone's imagination and someone's thoughts in such a colorful way. This is one of those movies where I think the only way it would have been successful was doing it the way that they did, doing it with this Lego animation. And it's phenomenal just how great this movie was. Um, Throughout the whole movie, you are literally, it almost feels like you're listening to one of Pharrell's catalogs, where you're just bobbing your head throughout the whole movie. The music throughout the movie was just phenomenal. And not just like his old hits, but even the brand new songs that Pharrell made for this movie. I believe he made 4 new tracks for this movie. They're good. Like Pharrell hasn't really missed a beat, you know? Like it's amazing. And the neat thing is even throughout this movie, and I saved it, didn't miss a beat, but you kind of, you hear about the misses that he has, and you hear about even some of the artists that he worked with where he could have had a banger one time, but you know, like for example, like Pusha T had a song which just failed miserably. And it's just it's always neat and fascinating when you kind of start seeing someone moving away from what they need to be doing and how that can affect them in other ways. Overall though, I mean, like I'm still digesting this movie and just all the everything that it brought. Like it was phenomenal. And even some of the interviews, like some of the people that they chose to interview, like Snoop Dogg, the Pusher T portion really was really cool. Just kind of seeing that whole part, the N.E.R.D being on it. Like it, there are so many individuals who were on here talking about just how Pharrell really impacted their careers and their lives. You know, so you have Justin Timberlake on there, you have Timberland on there, Missy Elliott played a big role too. You even had Oprah Winfrey that was on there, which blew my mind away and just cracked me up on it. But you kind of see just how what a creative soul this man is. And throughout the movie there's so much goodness in it, and I don't know how else to phrase it, because it's one of those things where this is such a feel good movie, and this is such a positive movie where you can show it to your children and show them like, hey, like it's okay to be different. It's okay to view the world a little bit different than the rest of the people do. It's okay to do the weird things, like, you know, be weird, be curious, understand like what you want to do. Like it's phenomenal where that can take you, and how different roads can truly, you know, make you move to different levels of where you want to go and where your creativity wants to take you. I completely, like I said, I completely love this movie. This was for me personally a clear 10 out of 10. There really wasn't there wasn't anything that I would change about this movie. Like, you know how sometimes you watch a great movie and you're like, oh, I would have done this a little bit different, or I wonder why the director did this, or so on and so forth. There's nothing I would change. There's nothing that I even second guessed. Um, the the detail and love that went into this movie is seen. The passion is seen through this movie. The just this and I don't even want to say like you rooting for the underdog, but this is one of those like where you see the underdog and then you see the underdog become the big dog, and it's such a beautiful story. Like I never knew all the stuff that Pharrell had to go through to get to where he's at, and it's really cool just kind of how right place, right time, and never quitting really gets you, to the right place, and having just that right attitude and that belief that you can do it. Overall, like I said, piece by piece, loved this movie, start to finish. It is amazing. Go watch it. It comes out this weekend. Go buy your tickets. Go see it. I can't stress that enough. You will not be disappointed. You just won't be disappointed. This hit everything. Visually beautiful, music and score, phenomenal. Story, phenomenal. Like, I'm still blown away by how visually amazing this Lego movie was. I cannot compare to anything else. That's how different and how much it popped, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely go see it this weekend. This gets beyond 2 giant thumbs up from me. I cannot wait. I will definitely be seeing this weekend again. And I can't wait till this comes out for me to buy it, just to listen to it. And I will definitely be buying the soundtrack to this, like the score, like it's a perfect film. Go watch it, go enjoy it, enjoy a piece of current pop history, because Pharrell has done it all. And I just huge blessings to that man, because I know music for me always played a huge role in my life. And I remember listening, to N.E.R.D. I remember listening to the Neptunes. I remember listening to a lot of his hits, and his music always spoke so much, and seeing still the stuff that he's putting out now, how impactful it is. So yeah, I can talk about this for hours on end, and I'm not, because I want you guys to enjoy it. So go watch it. Let me know what you guys think. But as always, this is Jorge with TeamJVS, and we'll see you next time. Peace.